boom, boom, boom. I want you in my room. Anyone remember that song? Are you joking? That's all I've got stuck in my head. But anyway, today is a craft video, an autumn craft video, the first one of 2025. Just realised don't have my rings on. Do you know what? When I craft, I don't put rings on because typically they get in the way, I get them messed up, and they're very precious to me, but my hands feel bare. Anyway, that is not what this video is about. We're doing autumn crafts. Oh my goodness. That was rude. So let's start off easy. I've got 3 here that I did last night. I feel very proud of them. Let's start off with the garland. I made this to just go out in the kitchen and I thought it would be blooming lovely. So here it is, nice and simple. We're a bit tangled up, hold on. Look, pumpkins. Pumpkins, are you joking? Look at the texture on them as well. Hold on, let me block out my face. Come on. So there they are, all the little pumpkins, all lined up. And yeah, I thought this would be really cute on a shelf in my kitchen, so I made that. So yeah.
So first things first, I made a template to speed this up and make it a little bit easier. Obviously, I wanted all of my pumpkins to be the same shape, so this helped massively. I just took some cardboard out of my recycling, used a Sharpie pen and drew this out. And then traced this onto some iron-on interfacing, ironed that onto the back of the fabric that I wanted the pumpkins to be kind of made out of. And then I just cut each individual pumpkin out. Because I had made that template and used the iron-on interfacing, this made it so much easier because obviously that template and that outline was already on there, so I cut them all the same shape. So I peeled off any backing of the interfacing, popped it down onto a piece of felt, and before sewing on I went and cut an off-cut piece of fabric and just popped this underneath to act as the pumpkin stalk. So over to my sewing machine, I went over and just sewed around the outside edge of the pumpkin to begin with, and I did this 3 times to build up that colour on there because I used orange thread. I then sewed the outlines of like the pumpkin segments, is that what we're calling them? So basically just an oval in the centre and then 2 lines either side to make it look more like a pumpkin instead of a random butt shape made out of fabric. I did this in orange because I wanted a little pop of orange on the cream one so it looked quite pumpkin-y. You can do this obviously in any colour you want to. I think a dark brown might be nice if you're into the more neutral colours, but I like a little bit of pop of orange in my decor. So I also did this same thing in an orange colour, as you can see, and I made 5 of the neutral ones and 4 of the orange ones, so they were alternating basically at the end. Anyway, once I had sewn the patterns on, I then just cut around the edging of the backing of the felt, and once I had got as many as I needed, I then started assembling them into a garland. In order to do this, I just took a big needle with some embroidery floss on, and as you can see here, I'm putting 1 stitch in one side along the top, threading the needle all the way through and putting another stitch in the other side of the pumpkin along the top so that they sat nice and flat once hanging and they didn't like twist around or anything like that. And that was pretty much how I put together the garland.
Right, DIY number 2. I made this cushion, a little tiny accent cushion, something small just to go on my bedding. I have all white bedding, so I wanted something with a pop of orange at the background. I just made this little pumpkin on there, added a little bit of decoration. It worked out well. Again, I had the materials already, so I was able to just make this from nothing. So let's move on to this.
So the fabric that I used for this was actually an offcut from an old curtain that I bought from the Dunelm sample sale about a year ago, maybe even longer, I'm not gonna lie, and I've been wanting to put it to use, so I just folded it over, cut it down to size. To make the pumpkin on it, I actually cut some of this cotton kind of batting, just 100% cotton batting, and I cut that into a pumpkin shape like the previous DIY. I cut out a little stalk and then I sewed around the edge of that pumpkin just in the exact same way on my sewing machine 3 times. I then cut another oval, stuck that in the middle, sewed around that 3 times as well so that it made a pumpkin with a 3D bit on the front. Very easy, I know. I then sewed all around the edges of the rectangle. I basically just freehanded this whole project, I'm not gonna lie, I was just going for it. I had a TV show on the background, so I didn't film all of it, apologies, but all the basics is here. But yeah, like I said, I sewed around the outside, I left a gap big enough for my hand, then I turned it the right size way around and stuffed it full. Once I was happy with the amount of stuffing in it, I just took a ladder stitch along the edge and sewed up that opening, and then I thought it looked a bit plain at this point, so I went to town with some cotton string and a really big chunky needle and did a blanket stitch all the way around. It took a little bit of forced to get my needles through with such a thick string, but I felt like the chunkiness needed to be on there to give that extra detail. This was a little bit hard to get this even, like, to be honest, it did take a while, but definitely worth it, definitely gave it that extra touch. One thing I would note if you are going to do this is just to make sure all the stuffing is out of the way where you're blanket stitching around the edge, because I did pull the stuffing out of it a couple of times and that took up more time than it needed to. So if you just wiggle the fabric between your fingers first of all to make sure there's no stuffing in it before stitching in it, you're going to be golden.
So this is how the edging all turned out. Can you see it? Gorgeous. I just wanted something a bit extra on there. I felt like it looked a little bit plain. I didn't want words. I think by the time this is styled up on the bed, it's going to look the perfect touch. It looks a bit plain, it looks a bit simple now, and it kind of looks tiny. Like I said, this was made with a purpose, so I think that is going to be beautiful. And then moving on to the third and final DIY today, we've got another little pumpkin. This one here I made in a different way. I think it's adorable. I made it from an old blazer that I've had for a little while, and it's going to look stunning in here against some orange candles. That's how I'm going to style it anyway. I'm not styling just yet because, you know, it's only August, but we have to have these things made, don't we? So we can style them in September. So come back near the beginning of September and we'll style this together. But I think just this colour with some orange candles around, I just think it's going to be the most perfect thing, especially for it in here because there's lots of like natural textures in here. Obviously we have the fireplace, we've got the woods, and yeah, look at that up close. Ooh, can you see what I see? And then obviously we've got that natural stick in there. We've got the raw little edges. I don't know, I like it. And I made this into like a hand sewn one just to show you how to hand sew it. Obviously I have a sewing machine, but yeah, if you don't, you can make this really easily. So we'll do that one and I'll come back at the end.
So starting off again with a template. This is how I get symmetrical templates, by the way. I draw one side of it, I cut it out, I use the offcut, I flip it over and use that as a template to my template. Once I had the template drawn out however on a piece of cardboard, I cut that out and I drew around it 5 times onto this little piece of fabric here. What is this piece of fabric, you may ask? It is a sleeve to an old blazer. I got this blazer in a charity shop around about 6 months ago for £1, and I was like, I'm going to turn this into some pumpkins, some autumn decor when that rolls around again. I was thinking about making this into little waistcoats for some characters I have coming up, but that will be coming. Anyway, once I had my eyeball shapes all cut out, I then started sewing them together. I hand sewed these just for the purpose of showing you you can hand sew this. So you want to hand sew all of them together around the edges until they all join up basically, and you want to leave a couple of inches free on one side. I liked this design to have the kind of like fray edges on the outside just to add a little bit of extra dimension to them, but you can do it the other way around and then turn it the right size around if you don't want these exposed edges, but I'd recommend it for this design. So once you have it all stitched up, apart from that inch, you then want to stuff your pumpkin and then you want to stick a stick in it and just tighten up that last bit of stitching so that it's nice and secure in there. Then you want to add some more decoration by creating some extra segmenty type bits. What you want to do is just get a needle and thread on a big needle, ideally poking it through down the bottom, adding a couple of stitches to secure it, then poking it through the top so that you almost create like a drawstring effect, and you can pull it tight and create a little segment. Then you want to put your needle down through the like next segment and then create another stitch and then bring it around again, pull tight just so that you create these little indents. I think it looks great. Hopefully you can watch better than what I've been doing my kind of voiceovers at. I'm trying out my voiceovers, but it's been a while since I've done it. Why? But yeah, hopefully you can see that and hopefully I've explained it fairly okay. Once you've done that, and around all of them, you want to tidy it up a little bit, pull out any loose bits that might come loose in the future, just, you know, frayed bits, cut them all back, and then I would recommend as well cutting off any round bits at the bottom, as this is going to enable your little pumpkin to sit flat on any surface you want to put it on.
Okay, so that is the end of the video. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. Autumn crafts number 1. Yes, we finally came back. I really feel like I've got my mojo back this year. Don't know if you can tell. Like, I have good energy about autumn. I have very good energy about Christmas. Well, if I'm already too early for autumn, I'm definitely too early for Christmas, you know. So my schedule's kind of going to be, I'm going to be doing autumn crafts throughout August, so they're all ready. Then we'll do some decorate with me's and everything in real time throughout September, maybe some more kind of like Halloweeny kind of decor bits. I tend to like Halloween at the moment because I really like little characters in my life. I don't know if you could tell, like I love my pumpkin dolls, I love my witches, I love my ghosties, and I have some more designs coming this year that I want to get done, especially for the pattern shop and everything. So that needs to be done at like September time, probably middle of August going forward. So that's what I'm going to be doing there. Obviously I'll be sharing along the way as well, so we're going to be right in the seasons. And then October's going to hit, like I said, we're going to be putting out the Halloween decorations then rather than autumn. And then what happens then for me, I start Christmas DIYing, because like I said, things need to be done early so you can actually use them. Does that make sense? And especially if you make it for other people as well. Like sometimes I like to make some kind of like bulks of things, like I'll make 5 dolls at once, so that can take me sometimes a week, and then I'll sell the other 4, because by the time I end up making them, people do ask me for them, and I always feel so guilty letting people down. People were asking me last month on Etsy, like I got so many messages through because I think maybe one of my posts went like kind of a bit popular on Pinterest, one of my pumpkin dolls, and people were like, I really want to buy one of these, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, I just don't have any. Obviously I could do them as customs, but they end up being so expensive, so I do try and sell them off as sample pieces and stuff like that. So that's gonna be my plan going forward, and then obviously anything else that I get up to. I've got a few concerts along the way, like country music concerts. I don't know whether or not to incorporate that on my channel or not, because that's actually a huge thing that I love to do, like going and watching different country music artists. Have done for absolute years, and it's something I never share on here, so maybe we'll see that if new clothes come out. I don't know. I'm feeling good anyway, so that's the plan at the moment. So if you want to stick around for that, I would love to have you on board. If not, don't worry about it. I will catch you in one that maybe will tickle your fancy a bit more. But until then, I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you very soon for another one. Bye.